All right, hey guys, here we are back for hole number 9. This is going to be a very challenging hole. So one of the things that I'm thinking, maybe going big topper, is for a little bit of extra top spin. This ball down here a little bit farther. I'm not sure I can quite go max, but I could probably get pretty close to max. So I'm going to go something like this. However, keep in mind, you're going to have to be pretty precise on the target. If you don't find that you're consistent with overpower, you may just want to just slightly back off there. But what this will allow you to do is to get this down here as far as humanly possible with all that extra top spin, which is really going to make your life a lot easier. Now, next you kind of have a couple options you can do. You can either bring big dog and just try to beat the ball down there as close as you can. You'll probably end up in the rough, short of the green. I don't think you'd make it to the green. But what I like to do is just kind of lay it up, put it into a safe position, and hopefully we can get the pitch from the fairway. It's kind of the safe way to at least ensure that you make sure that you get birdie. If you try to get a little bit too aggressive, and you make a mistake, and you definitely want to avoid par at all costs. So you want to be very careful on that drive. And obviously make sure that you don't get too aggressive here. One of the things that maybe, to think about is just trying to get it onto this last fairway. I may even try to just get it there. Sniper typically may have just a little bit of issues doing this typically. You can see with what I'm doing with my curl, just trying to blast it down here. As I mentioned, this might be easier to do with big dog, but chances are you'll probably never make it there. Even my sniper, you can see, we're coming up just a little bit short. So with big dog, you may be able to slide it up onto this fairway for a pitch. But you'd have to be very close to your perfect ball. So one of the things, maybe if I was to back off of the power just to try to focus on, and try to hit more of a precision shot, try to get the rollout to run down on that fairway is kind of optimal. But as I mentioned, you'll want to avoid the mistake. So you'll have to be very careful on this pitch from the rough. There's a couple, one of the things you could do if you feel confident you're going to hit the fairway no matter what off the tee. And on the second shot, you're not going to force the issue. You can bring machete, and we could either go for a dunk from the fairway, or you could go for a backspin from where I am. So one of the things to think about is a machete going backspin route. Might be a little bit more holeable than what I'm going to try to do here for you guys. So especially with a early Nirvana, very tough shot to make. So we'll just have to almost land this just perfect. I typically try to tweak the spin just to be perfect amount to roll out. Other than that, I'll try to size this up. Thinking 4-ish per ring there, something like that. 8 something, 9 per ring. 2/3 of a ring, give or take. Just a hair more. So somewhere right around here. Other than that, be very careful with the way that you set your power here. Try to get it as centered as possible. So we didn't get the perfect ball, so it's definitely going to slide off. If you can get that perfect ball, hopefully you get perfect run out and it just sucks into the hole. Alternatively, what I was mentioning, you could just kind of lay up to here intentionally and just go for the hole out pitch. I'll typically either do a rough bump here or alternatively bounce off the fairway with about 1 or 2 top spin. If you just wanted to, just lay up intentionally, just really get a precise look at what you can do. So keep those in mind. Just try to figure out the best thing to do, but I do recommend that big topper. If you don't feel quite confident about your perfect ball, just try to back off the power if you can, because you do have to get within 1 ring of the, a 2-3 ring pool. You might end up taking yourself out of the hole completely. So you can't make a mistake like that. So keep that in mind when you're setting your overpower. Good luck, and I'll see you guys in the future guides. Do check out my expert guides. I've already done them. You may want to think about making the step up. If you want things like Apocalypse and Cataclysm and Spitfire in your tournament chest, the only way to make that happen is to go to expert. So keep that in mind. If you can bump up, definitely worth doing it in my opinion. So good luck and take care, guys.